Planning for disasters. We can do it a little bit at a time. We should have 2 kits. We should have 1 kit, to-go kit, with our important papers, like an extra set of keys for your car, your residential paperwork, like if you have a mortgage or if you own a house, you should have a copy in your kit. You can have copies of your insurance papers, your prescriptions, extra set of glasses, because sometimes in emergencies you leave in the middle of the night and you won't have time to gather all that. So that would be your to-go kit where you could take it out the door. And also some money, because in disasters, sometimes there's no electricity for a while and you can't go to the ATM machine. And also you could have a jump drive, and all your other paperwork you could put on a jump drive. So whatever works for the person, if you're a paper person or if you're an electronic person. But you should have copies of things that are important to you. Now for your other kit, you should have food so that you can survive for 3 days, and 1 gallon of water per day per person. And if you don't have that and you think something's going to happen, you can fill up your bathtub with water. If you have special needs, you should have things. For example, let's say if you are diabetic or somebody in your family is a diabetic, you want to have the things that they need for 3 days in case you have to relocate. So if someone has a high blood pressure or is a diabetic, you don't want things that have a lot of salt. So you want to look at those. So if you need things that have low sodium, or let's say now gluten-free, so whatever works for them. And you can also have some things that you can add water to and still have a meal, as well as definitely have 1 manual can opener, because if there's no electricity, then how do you open all those things? And we also encourage people to look at having sanitary items. So you want to have wipes, because if you're 3 days with no water, you need some, those things are important. So if you have pets, currently we have shelters for pets. One of the things that we learned from Katrina is that people don't want to relocate without taking care of their pets. So now we have a truck for pets. Those are cats and dogs. So you can't bring your chickens. In a disaster, people should not open their refrigerator, because when you open your refrigerator, you reduce the amount of how long it would take for that food to spoil. So in some cases we need to practice. So if we have a disaster, if you meet with your family and discuss what are we going to do, how are we going to do it. We encourage people to have an all-weather radio. All-weather radio will allow you to get notifications, and all-weather radios now have at least 3 languages. So if your home isn't English speaking, they have it in Spanish and French, and you can program it, just turn the knob. We also encourage you to sign up to Code Red. You can call 910-321-6676, or you can go on the website and you can sign up yourself, and you put in your name, your telephone number, your residence, and the Code Red will alert you for 1 address. So if you want to do for 2, you can sign up twice. So let's say for your home, it will tell you if you live at 123 Main Street, what's the weather conditions there when they're adverse. There's some statewide apps. There's one about ready.gov. Those are good ones. The American Red Cross has those. I would look at the apps and the programs that are already on the internet. PwC is a great resource, and you can look on their website. They have various programs that you can use, and all of them are free, and all of them want to try to make you safer and more informed. We have 2 classes that are forthcoming. They are Community Emergency Response Team. It's called CERT, C-E-R-T. They're at West Area Fire Station at 6989 Ramsey, and they are free to the public, and they start on Friday night. It's November 4th. Friday night is from 6 to 9, and then on Saturday and Sunday from 9 to 6. And they help people get better prepared. We even show you how to put out a small fire. It's a lot of fun. Emergency prep is a family activity. So if people can practice together, they respond better. If you have an assembly point, make it an activity on a Saturday or Sunday or some activity where everybody goes to the assembly point. Practice, look at your emergency kits. So if you have food in there, you want to rotate the food, the canned items, the dried items occasionally so that none of them spoil. But the big thing is communication and preparation. So if everybody practices together, they get better when it's in real life.